Warriors, rise. Man, so excited to be back with you guys. Warriors, XRP, distributed ledger technology, is the future of banking. I'm going to show you facts, figures, numbers, logic. I'm going to show you a little bit deeper outside of just the surface news that you're getting from news stations. And I'm going to show you what's actually happening in the banking system. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys on a journey, on a massive journey around the world, and share with you exactly what's happening in cryptocurrency, okay? Now, one thing you need to understand, Warriors, is no matter what's happening with regulation, no matter what's happening with the crypto market, whether it's up, whether it's down, I'm going to show you that cryptocurrency is here to stay. So I'm going to show you through personal experience. I'm not just some guy reporting the news. I was 12 years in banking, and what you're looking at right now on this website is the banking school I went through, which was CBA Executive Banking School. CBA Executive Banking School trains some of the top bankers in the highest level positions in the world in banking. I graduated from CBA Executive Banking School, and when I went through quite a while ago, we were already talking about fintech. Now, CBA is where bankers go to get their high-level certificate to become high-level executives within the banking system. So I'm going to show you what CBA is talking about. I'm going to show you what American Banker is talking about. Remember, they train the people who run the commercial banks that you walk into. So these are the things you need to be looking at. I'm also going to take you on a journey around the board of directors of Ripple. We need to go deeper into that, Warriors. You need to understand who the players in the game are. Sorry, I just adjusted my microphone. So I'm back in my home office now, okay? So let's get ready to rock and roll. So first of all, if you haven't joined the Private Warrior Academy, all you need to go is to 3twarrior.com or check out 3tacademy.com, warrioracademy.com. You can get to know, like, and trust our team. Join our free Discord, our free face group down below, or jump right into the Academy. Access to my portfolio, exit strategy, over 130 cryptocurrency, and access to my 120-day challenge. 7 calls per week, the best community in the world to manage in the quantum financial system. All right, let's jump right into it, Warriors. Okay, so first we're going to jump right into this. So at CBA Executive Banking School, here's are the things that they're talking about, okay? Now, CBA, again, is Consumer Banking Association. They train some of the top bankers in the world and some of the elite bankers in the world that run the banks out there, okay? So I went to CBA Executive Banking School. I got my certificate. It was amazing. I learned a lot about banking, and that's when I realized, holy crap, this banking system is really interesting, okay? Look at the words that they're using right here. Have you seen this before? A lot of YouTubers are using this verbiage now. They're here to answer the call, fintech leaders, to level the playing field in banking. They keep using this word, level playing field, okay? Leveling the playing field for fintech banks. During his opening address on Monday, CBA President, CEO Richard Hunt issued a call to action for fintechs to voluntarily follow all consumer protection laws and assume the same federal oversight American leading banks have abided by for more than a decade. Over the last 3 days, key fintech leaders speaking at CBA Live 2022 expressed their agreement with Hunt's settlement. Okay, now listen. These are the 2 key factors I want you to listen to. Cultivating the next generation of diverse bankers. They're literally changing the banking model. Now, if you're a teller or banker, a lot of people from the old bank I worked at watch this. You're not going to feel this. You're not going to hear this shift until it's done. There's people in high-level positions that have to sign NDAs, non-disclosures, that are not going to tell you about this type of stuff. You don't hear about the changes until it gets to you at the last minute. As the nation's leading banks work to improve upon longstanding diversity, equity, and inclusion, okay, efforts, industry leaders shared their experiences and advice on how to successfully produce favorable D&I outcomes for customer, employees, institutions, and communities. Key, crypto, the intersection of digital currencies and banking. Will banks consider how and when to integrate cryptocurrency? Let me read that again. Not if, not when, not will we, while they consider how and when not if and maybe, how and when to integrate cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies into their product suites, policymakers and federal and state level are weighing in on opportunities and risk these new technologies entail. Just this morning, President Biden signed the executive order of federal oversight of cryptocurrencies. At CBA Live, experts from across the industry weighed in on rapidly evolving markets. Okay? Well, banks consider how and when to integrate cryptocurrencies. So people are telling you that cryptocurrency is not here to stay. Shut it off, Warriors. Shut it off. It's here to stay. American Bankers Association. This was back in 2021. American Bankers Association. I follow all this stuff, Warriors. This is where I get my information from. This is what your banks are doing. American Bankers Association encourages partnership with crypto firms in new report. Okay, so that's what's happening, and that's how they're training the next level of C-suite leaders at Wells Fargo, Chase, BN and Mellon, HSBC. That's where they're training them to move into. So we know cryptocurrency is coming. Which part of cryptocurrency are you going to be invested in, and which private and public sector is going to survive regulation? That is your job to navigate. Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit deeper. While I was on my whirlwind vacation for the last month, basically traveling the world, living a freedom lifestyle, a lot of news happened. So I wanted to dive deeper into Michael Warren. So here's how I do my research. Of course, I reported the news like everybody else, but then I dove deeper into Michael Warren, and I dove deeper into the other executives on the board at Ripple. Okay. I just want to say something really quick. Okay. The reason why I'm invested in XRP is I'm an ex-banker. I understand banking. It's like when someone's a vegan or CrossFit, they talk about I understand banking. And I understand that our banking system is shift. I understand that money is a resource and a tool to bring information to people. And unfortunately, I didn't create the monetary system. So I'm heavily invested in XRP Ripple. I haven't sold one dime of my bag, Warriors. Not one dime of my XRP Ripple. Not one dime. Okay. I have been sitting on it, and I plan on sitting on it long term. I have an exit strategy. I hold 50% for the rest of my life. These are the reasons why I'm holding it, because this is what's happening with the banking system. I just showed you what Consumer Banking Association is training the top C-suite leaders to understand how and when to implement cryptocurrency. Okay. So what are they going to implement? DLT and things like XRP, R3, JPM coin. We could go on and on. We know the ISO 20022 coins, but Michael Warren joined the board of directors, and we reported this already. I want to make this a little bit bigger for you here. He joined the board of directors, and he managed directing of Albright Stonebridge Group, part of Deaton's Global Advisors. He has over 20 years of experience advising clients on international growth strategies, stakeholder management issues, and the economic and geopolitical issues affecting global markets. Okay, well, let's dive in a little bit deeper on Michael Warren. He's the board member of W&D, and I want to have something highlighted right here. Okay. So what I do is I dive into their profile. I dive into where they've been and what they've done. Obviously, he was part of Obama's administration. Okay. And he served, including the senior advisor, the Treasury once again, and economic agencies, and a co-lead for the Treasury Federal Reserve Agency. Review the team's Obama's present transition. Okay, so he was part of the Treasury. He has connections in the Treasury. But this is key right here. Warren is a member of the board of directors currently right now of Maximus Incorporated. Okay, let's dive into that. They're a publicly traded, operated of government, health, human services, where he serves as a member of the compensation, nominating, and corporate governance technology committee. The compensation. Okay, check this out. Here's Maximus. Here's what they do. They do a lot, but this is what he's part of. They delivering people, processes, and advanced technologies to the federal government for technology infrastructure, human-centered operation support, and end-to-end solutions to empower federal agencies to better serve American people. So we now have Michael Warren on the board of directors, again, connected deeply to the government. He is on the board of directors of a company called Maximus that delivers processes to the federal government, furthering your mission with leading-edge technology. Federal agencies face complex challenges for protecting data against cyber threats, to modernize legacy systems. Let me read that again. To modernize legacy systems and optimize business operations. As a trusted partner to dozens of agencies and the largest digital service provider to government, Maximus offers end-to-end consulting to ensure better outcomes for civilization, organizations, and Department of Defense. Our broad portfolio integrates tools and keeps knowledge and deep knowledge to allow us to work with customers and strategize for our digital transformation today and into the future. Additionally, we leverage humanly centered designs delivered most impactful outcomes for the people we serve. Scalability key, that's what Ripple does, and agility and necessities in the world where technology evolves rapidly and customers expect ease of transactions with their government. Okay, so he is part of the board of directors. He is deep in the administration with the Treasury, and he is on the board of directors for a company that works with the federal government and improves technologies in the digital services provider. Rosie Rios, we already know this one, but we're going to refresh your memory and refresh and keep you motivated and keep you inspired and keep you in the long-term game. We know Rosie Rios joined the board of directors last year. They're just slowly popping these people, and we got Michael Warren, Rosie Rios, and we're going to watch this video right here clip. This is Rosie Rios. This is her saying this, not me. Listen to what she says, okay?
It's great to see there is demand still for collecting these great works of art. Today will be the first time I ever sign an uncut sheet, so I don't know who that first person is, but you are very lucky.
Okay, this is key. She's signing for the last time a $100 note, which are works of art. Listen to what she says.
And I'm, again, very proud to be part of that. Making American history is what I call it. We are making American history every day. And for those of you who don't know, the next gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So let
me just play that again. Let me just play what she said.
Of currency. So that is my other job. The last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So as the chair, I oversee the collaborative effort of designing future currency and all the security features that are incorporated into that. And that all goes to the Secretary of the Treasury for final decision. So I'm very proud again to be part of that process.
Okay, so she's just part of the process. Let me bring my mic back over here. We're getting our new studio in 30 days, which is awesome. Okay, anyways, so we're going to dive into this. So she is just responsible for bringing in new currencies. No big deal. Just signed the last note of the $100. And Rosie Rios, American banker, was one of the most powerful women in banking. Rosie Rios, the 43rd Treasurer of the United States. Rosie Rios is the CEO of Red River Associates, a real estate consulting firm, and has recently completed her term as a visiting scholar at Radcliffe Institution for Advanced Study in Harvard University. She was the 43rd Treasurer of the United States and is the most recently known for integrating and leading the efforts to place a portrait of a woman on the U.S. currency. She received so many awards and honors in the U.S. Department of Treasury. Rosie was the longest-serving Senate-confirmed Treasury official, began with her time on the Treasury of Federal Transition Team in November 2008 at the height of the financial crisis. At the height of the financial crisis, Rosie Rios was one of the top people in the Treasury. We got Michael Warren, who is responsible for a transition for Obama, is connected to Maximus, and am I saying that correctly, which is a company that helps federal agencies move into cybersecurity and digital technology. We got Rosie Rios, who's the last person to sign the last note for a $100 bill and is responsible for moving in new currencies. And we don't want to forget about Craig Phillips, everybody. We do not want to forget about Craig Phillips. Craig Phillips has been hanging out there in the background here, okay? Craig Phillips brings more than 35 years of private and public sector leadership experience to Ripple, having held a senior roles at BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, and Credit Suisse. Okay, if you dive into his profile, recently, Grain Management welcomes Craig Phillips as Chief Operating and Growth Officer. Craig Phillips to fill newly created role following his previous senior post at the U.S. Treasury and BlackRock. Okay, he was at the U.S. Treasury and BlackRock. Rosie Rios, U.S. Treasury. Michael Warren, U.S. Treasury. On the board of Ripple, 3 people from the U.S. Treasury on the board of Ripple. This gentleman is a juggernaut, okay? His leadership in private investment firms focus on global communication sector. Announcing today, Craig Phillips was joined this firm as the managing director and chief operating growth officer In his role, he will work with Grain's executive leadership team to manage many firms' day-to-day operations, develop systems and infrastructure needed to scale businesses, and expand the firm's investment impact to better serve partners. Phillips formerly served as a counselor to the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Treasury, where he fulfilled the duties of the U.S. Secretary of Domestic Finance. He previously held roles at BlackRock, which is the largest asset manager in the world, where he served on the firm's operation committee. Prior to BlackRock, he served at Morgan Stanley. Do you see the connections here, Warriors? Okay, so I showed you guys what CBA is doing, how they're training the elite bankers. I went to CBA Executive Banking School, so I'm not just talking out of my ass as some YouTuber. I literally went to CBA Executive Banking School. When I went through Executive Banking School, we were switching to fintech when we told cryptocurrency was a fraud. American Banker is encouraging in 2021 partnerships with crypto firms. Board of Director Michael Warren from the Treasury and Ripple. Okay, we got Board of Director Rosie Rios, Treasury. Okay, we got Craig Phillips. We want to forget about him. Came from the Treasury. BlackRock. You think these people are going to risk their illustrious careers to go with a company that's going to get shot down, that's going to just disappear, that you're just going to lose all your cryptocurrency? We have to think about that, Warriors. We don't know what regulation is going to do, but we got some big juggernauts on our team, Warriors. And I wanted just to bring this to you guys really quickly, and I'll end the video. We're coming up on 20 minutes here. But distributed ledger technology, DLT. This is the Federal Reserve, okay? Distributed ledger technology and payments and clearing settlements. I read through all these documents, Warriors. This is the Federal Reserve's document. This is the BIS, Bank of International Settlements in 2017, Digital Ledger Technology and Payments Clearinghouse. This is the EU, the use of DLT in post-trading process. You can read through the shit, Warriors. It's the same thing, even playing field. Distributed ledger technology. It's not if, it's when these companies are coming on board. Let's go back to read this verbiage really quickly to end you with this. Crypto. Will banks consider how and when to integrate cryptocurrency and blockchain technology into their product suites? When will banks consider how and when? Not if, not will we, not maybe. It's either you do it or you're not going to survive. 100%, Warriors. Either you do it or you're not going to survive. This is the most critical time in our human history, in our financial shift in our world, for us personally, Warriors. So I was thinking about this, and a lot of people are saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's because of lack of patience, Warriors. Warren Buffett isn't sitting there watching the stock market. Warren Buffett is investing in companies that are going to be here for the long term. He invests in things, that products and services that people use on a daily basis. And that's exactly how I set up my portfolio. That's exactly how we set up the academy. We're adding day trading to the academy because some people like to day trade. I don't like to play games with my money on a daily basis. That's just not how I operate, but some people do. We have a whole passive income strategy on staking, a whole passive income strategy. We added nodes and mining in there. We have everything under the sun for cryptocurrency. We also have the mindset course that shows you how I got my shit together in the worst economic times in the world, Warriors. So I'm truly living a freedom lifestyle. I'm practicing what I preach, Warriors. If you listen to my podcast today, I literally break down my finances and what I have going on. I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys, Warriors. This is transparency at its fullest. That's what it's about, Warriors. I'm just showing you how I got my shit together very, very quickly by losing my money 3 times. And finally, the 3rd time I said something's wrong. And so I started following what the billionaires were doing, not what they were saying. And I started to change my frame of mind. I created a money mindset and I reprogrammed my subconscious mind to wealth. And now I'm living a freedom lifestyle in the worst economic times in the world. And you can do the same thing by joining the Private Warrior Academy. Click the description down below. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And as we always say, we're back at home base, but Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Make sure you share this video with a friend, like, comment, let's go.